Hi guys, today we're continuing with our chapter about pronouns and we're going to be studying how to use I and me correctly. Using I and me correctly. You know that the pronoun I can replace a noun as the subject of a sentence or follow the linking verb be. We studied that on our last class. For example, if I say I won, in this case, I is the subject of a sentence. If I say the winner was I, in this case, the subject is also I, okay? But we have the hint here, was. We are using the verb be, and after the verb be, we always use I instead of me. Now, the pronoun me can replace a noun that follows an action verb, or when it follows a word such as with, in, at, to, or for. So, for example, if I say, Jim explained the rules to me, we say me. We don't say Jim explained the rules to I, okay? Because in this case, where we have the word to, and after to, we always use me. We don't use I. He tells me about the prices. In this case, we use me because in this case, we have an action verb, which is tell. And the pronoun is following the action verb, okay? So we use me according to what we said before. The object pronoun me can replace a noun that follows an action verb, which is this case, or a word such as with, in, at, to, or for, as in the first sentence in this case, okay? So, also, sometimes a compound subject or a compound object contains the pronoun I or me. To help you figure out whether to use I or me in a compound subject or compound object, we can imagine that we're leaving out the other subject or the other word in the compound and see how it should be structured. For example, Bill and I entered the contest. Let's say we are not sure if we should use I or not because we have this Bill here. So we take Bill apart and we say, I entered the contest. Is that correct? Yes, because we use I when we are trying to refer to the subject of the sentence. And in this case, I entered the contest. I is the subject, so we use I. So it's correct to say Bill and I entered the contest. It's not correct to say Bill and me entered the contest, okay? Because in this case, we're talking about the subject of the sentence. Let's see the other example. Let's say we have the rehearsals were hard for him and we don't know whether to put me or I. So we leave him out of the sentence and we say, the rehearsals were hard for, and then we know that we would use me if we don't have him, okay, in the sentence. We would use me because in this case, we have the word for, okay? And remember that if we have the word for, we use me. So it's correct to say, the rehearsals were hard for him and me. This is just a trick to check if we are doing right, if we are using correctly I or me in a sentence that has either a compound subject or a compound object. Okay, notice, okay, that in the sentences above, the pronouns I and me follow the other pronoun or noun in the compound. We always name ourselves last. Okay, we don't say I and Bill. We say Bill and I. That's the polite thing to do. Okay, we always name ourselves last when we have other nouns or pronouns. Examples. Tell the pronoun that completes each sentence correctly. So number 1, the winners of the contests were he and, here we have the verb to be, okay, the verb be. So we choose I, okay? Now, number 2, the senator welcomed Bill and, so in this case, we don't have the verb be. And in this case, Bill and either I or me, okay, is a compound object of the verb me. So, of the verb welcome, sorry. So we use me, okay, because this is the object of the verb in this case. And we use me. We don't say the senator welcomed Bill and I. We say the senator welcomed Bill and me, okay? Also, if we apply the trick that we were looking at in the past slide, if we leave Bill out, we will say the senator welcomed me. So the correct word to use is me, not I, because you will never say the senator welcomed I, okay? Number 3, Bill and thanked him warmly, and we have I or me. In this case, this is a compound subject. So we use, since it's a subject, we use I, okay? Bill and I thank him warmly. Number 4, the senator took Bill and on a tour. In this case, this is an object of the verb take, that in this case is in past, so it's took. So we use me, okay? Because it's the object. Number 5, Bill and learned about government. In this case, Bill and either I or me is the subject, so we use I. Bill and I learned about government, because Bill and I will be the compound subject of the sentence. More examples. Complete the sentence correctly with I or me. So we have, you and love the tour. In this case, it's the subject, so it's you and I. Number 2, the tour was thrilling for Bill and so in this case, it's the object, so we use me. 3, he and learned about Washington, D.C. In this case, he and I is the subject of the sentence, so I use I. Number 4, the guide walked along with him and, in this case, it's me, because it's the object of the verb, okay, walked. It's an indirect object, but it's the object of the verb. Number 5, he took other tourists and around the White House. So in this case, we again are the object of the verb, in this case, take, in past took, and we use me. Number 6, Bill and had discussed the city. Bill and I is the compound subject in this case. Number 7, the happiest visitors were he and we have to decide whether to put I or me, and be careful because we have the verb be here. So if we have the verb be, we use I. So it's the happiest visitors were he and I. Number 8, my friends and saw the Smithsonian. We are having another compound subject here. So it's my friends and I saw the Smithsonian. Okay. That museum was interesting to the other tourists, and in this case is subject, so we use me. Number 10, toured the White House with my class. So in this case is subject, I. Number 11, the monitors were Kate and remember, verb be, we have verb be, we use I. The monitors were Kate and I. Number 12, badges were given to Bill and, in this case, it's me, because we are talking about the object of the verb give. Number 13, John and had a wonderful time. In this case, this is a compound subject, which is John and I. Number 14, Washington was very impressive to Bill and, in this case, we use me because it was very impressive to Bill and me. Okay, it's the object. Washington is the subject. Number 15. My friend and shook hands with a guard. The subject is my friend and I. Number 16. At night, Tim and were tired but happy. Tim and I is the subject of the sentence, sorry. So we use I. Remember, use I if you're talking about the subject of a sentence or after the verb be. Use me after action verbs or after words such as with, in, at, to, or for. Now, you can go to our homework either by downloading the PDF of this presentation from the Files tab in Academia or by clicking on the wall post that it's already there, okay? So you click and you get into the form. Let's see if we can get there. Okay, right now it's not able, the system is not able to download it. Okay, let me try again one more time. Let's check. One second. It's opening. Okay. One second again. Okay, here we have the Google form. Okay. So this is using I and me correct. Okay, this is how it looks like. And you will have some questions where you have to complete just by checking on the word that you will use to complete the sentence. All right. So work on that. And then you will have also to complete some sections where you will choose which group of words complete the sentence correct. This is all. So this is all, guys. And thank you for watching. Stay safe.